Africa is home to some of the richest natural resources on Earth. The continent holds 90% of the world's platinum, over 40% of the world's gold reserves, massive deposits of oil, diamonds, cobalt, lithium, and rare minerals. These resources power global industries, modern technology, and billion-dollar corporations. Yet many African countries that possess these treasures remain among the poorest nations in the world. How can a country be so rich in resources, yet so poor in development? The answer lies in a complex and controversial phenomenon known as a resource curse. In this video, we uncover why resource-rich African countries often struggle economically and the political forces that keep this cycle alive. Africa is one of the most resource-rich regions on the planet. Countries across the continent possess enormous reserves of valuable natural resources. Nigeria and Angola, major oil producers. Democratic Republic of Congo, home to the world's largest cobalt reserves. South Africa, rich in gold, platinum, and diamonds. Botswana, one of the largest diamond producers. Guinea holds some of the largest bauxite reserves on Earth. These resources generate hundreds of billions of dollars globally. Yet, many of the countries producing them still struggle with high unemployment, poor infrastructure, limited industrial development, widespread poverty. This contradiction raises an important question. Where is the wealth going? Economists call this paradox the resource curse. Instead of bringing prosperity, large natural resource deposits can sometimes slow economic development. Why? Because countries become overly dependent on exporting raw materials instead of building diverse economies. For example, a country rich in oil may rely almost entirely on oil exports, neglecting sectors like manufacturing, agriculture, technology. When global prices drop, the entire economy suffers instantly. This lack of diversification creates economic vulnerability and long-term instability. But economics is only one part of the problem. The deeper issues are often political. In many resource-rich nations, enormous wealth flows through government control and political elites. Without strong institutions and transparency, this wealth can easily be mismanaged or stolen. Billions of dollars from oil, minerals, and natural resources may never reach. Public infrastructure, healthcare systems, education programs, economic development. Instead, the money sometimes disappears into corruption, political patronage networks, offshore bank accounts. This creates a system where a small elite becomes extremely wealthy while the majority of citizens see little benefit. Over time, this inequality fuels public frustration, instability, and distrust in government. Africa's natural resources are not only valuable to local economies, they are essential to the global economy. Major international corporations and powerful nations compete for access to these resources. From oil companies to mining giants, foreign businesses often control large portions of resource extraction. In some cases, contracts signed with government provide very little long-term benefit to local populations. Raw materials are extracted and exported abroad, where they are processed into high-value products. The result? African countries often earn far less from their own resources than the companies and nations that buy them. This dynamic has sometimes been described as a modern form of economic dependency. In some regions, natural resources have even fueled conflict and war. Control of valuable minerals, oil fields, or diamond mines can become a source of violent competition. One of the most well-known examples is the Democratic Republic of Congo. The country possesses vast reserves of cobalt, coltan, and other minerals essential for smartphones, batteries, and electronics. Yet for decades, armed groups and militias have fought to control these resources. This phenomenon is often called ** conflict minerals. Instead of benefiting citizens, resources become a source of instability and violence. However, the resource curse is not inevitable. Some African countries have successfully used their natural resources to build strong economies. One of the best examples is Botswana. After gaining independence in 1966, Botswana discovered massive diamond reserves. Instead of allowing corruption or mismanagement, the government implemented strong institutions, transparent contracts, long-term investment strategies. Revenue from diamonds was invested in education, infrastructure, healthcare, economic diversification. Today, Botswana is considered one of the most stable and economically successful countries in Africa. This shows that natural resources can be a blessing rather than a curse when managed properly. Africa's natural wealth is enormous. The continent possesses many of the resources that will power the future global economy, including minerals needed for electric vehicles, renewable energy, and advanced technology. The challenge is not the lack of resources. The real challenge lies in how those resources are managed, governed, and invested. With stronger institutions, transparent leadership, and strategic economic planning, resource wealth could become one of Africa's greatest opportunities. The question is no longer whether Africa is rich in resources. The real question is, who truly benefits from that wealth? Do you think Africa's resource wealth has been managed fairly? And which African country do you think has used its resources best? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy African political history and deep geopolitical analysis, subscribe for more videos exploring the forces shaping the continent.